Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 3 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 39 degrees with a high of 46 and a low of 36. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. That, of course, is all basic and good teaching techniques. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who will watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right, so let's see who's popped in. Hello, Maggie. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday to one and all. And Mamie and Miss Lori. All right. Among others who are here. Okay. So what I always do is I always do a buddy color, which is one of the images from my books, one of my books. And tonight we're working on the deck of cards. Did I not say Saturday, Stephanie? What did I say? And this is from my book combo, Word Search and Coloring Book, 50 Word Search Puzzles, 50 Related Images to Color. So this is what I'm working on. Oh, I said Sunday. Oops. I did that on purpose just to make sure you guys were listening. So the setup of this book is that we have the image on the right, which in this case is the playing cards. And then on the left, we have the related word search. So we were playing around with this the other day. Let's see, I always end up finding a word when I'm yakking at you. So what I do is that's right, Amy, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So what I do is, of course, is we find the words at the bottom here. And if there's any extra words, I use a different color. In this case, the orange. Gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I use a totally different color pencil where I found extra words. Now, what I suggest to you guys is when we're doing your puzzle here, you can use colored pencils. Thank you, Maggie. You can use colored pencils to mark off your words. They work beautifully. And the reason that they work well is because you have an image on the other side of the page, so you don't want anything to bleed through. All right, so that's the book. And then the second image that I'm working on is my steampunk scientist. Now, Mamie went ahead and put up the link in our Facebook group to the puzzle that I gave you and the image. That's the one I'm working on. So download it and have fun with it. And then we're doing our steampunk scientist Coloring Heaven Steampunk Special 2021. Nifty little book. All right. Now, you know I gotta mute you for a second because I need to use a tissue now. Hold on. Back in a flash. Okay, I am back. Hello, Karen. So I think our scientist is turning out quite well. I actually ended up using a few rhinestones on his goggles. I thought that made it look really cool. Okay, so let me get back to, hello, Julie. Let me get back to our playing cards. Now, I want to show you something that Julie did. This is the image of the flowers and the playing cards that she did with Procreate. And it's looking pretty special. Isn't that beautiful? Very vivid, pretty colors. Very rich looking. Mary, hello. So yeah, doing a beautiful job with this. Okay. So let me get my paper towel. I'm going to work on my flower on the left here. Now notice that these two flowers here, this one and this one, are darker. So it would behoove you to work with darker colors than your grayscale. It will make your piece look richer and more vibrant. So I'm going to go with some blues here. So we're going to start with a light, medium, and dark blue. Now, how has your day been today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. It's been pretty quiet. All right, let me get this sharpened. Ooh, Tammy has the win. Tammy, what's your win? Mamie, draw. Grace says, hi, guys. Lori, draw. Mary, draw. Maggie, draw. Hello, Linda. Linda and the three amigos. Uno, dos, tres. Linda, Michelle, Wally. Linda's going to be watching the Lions. Oh, Julie, so sorry. Your uncle passed away this morning. Oh. Julie, condolences. Amy had a win, went to eat, back home for class and football. Hey, Thomas. All right. Julie, are you able to go to the funeral, or is it local? Thomas says draw. It's been a quiet day, been coloring. Okay, so let's plop down to our flower on the left. So I'm going to start in with my dark. Let me get zoomed in. Oh, Julie, they're going to have a memorial and celebration of life in the spring, summer. Okay. Julie, where did your uncle live? Okay. So I'm going to start out with my dark. Now, what do I always tell you? Take it easy with your pencils. And remember to always apply your pencils with the idea of blending in mind. Kansas City, you're in Texas. I spent summers at his house with my cousins. Lots of good memories made. Oh, that's wonderful. Sorry, I'm bumping the camera. Maggie, how is your... Hi, Janie. How is your niece in California with these wildfires? Okay. Maggie, you don't have any updates, so you're guessing okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sure you would have heard. Okay, there's my dark. Now, there's two ways you can do this. Janie, you started on enchanting fairies. All righty. Now, some people like to do the light and then use the medium to in between to blend the two together. The other way that you can do this, Grace, you colored lithographic some today. The other way you can do this is go next with your medium, which is how I'm going to go. Check out our blending. Blending, 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 rawhide. Oh, by the way, my book V is for Valentine's Day has been delayed by Amazon, so I'm going to be getting it Wednesday. So that's when I'm going to be doing the flip through, the walkthrough. Now, guys, tell me, when you're doing this flower, and if you've done the dark first, would you then go to the light and do the medium in between? Or would you do the dark and then the medium and then the light? How do you do it? Julie, you do medium, then add dark, then light. Stephanie, you do dark, medium, and then light all over for blending. Okay. Now, don't get stuck in a rut, guys. depending on the image, you may want to change up that order. Alleluia. Amen. Amen. Now, we're always talking about layers when you put down pencils. So you'll notice that I'll go back over repeated areas as I'm coloring this in and blending. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Okay. Tammy, you're coloring with me tonight? Okay, now let's go into the light. Let's go into the light. Isn't that a profound statement? I gotta tell you, I was really shocked. I said this the other day. Patricia! Whee! Welcome. Oh, Janie, you want me to pull out? Okay. Janie, you can tell, first of all, by where the cards are crossing. But let me pull out to show you. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let me pop back in again. Well, thank you, Grace. Hello, Kitty. Another way to look at coloring is that you are massaging the pencil color into the paper. Take your time. So again, where they tell you, or where you're supposed to do coloring and layering, this is why I go back over an area, and in this case I'm using my light pencil to blend in my medium and my dark. Okay, let me pull out and let's take a look at this puppy. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Now I'm going to do another blue flower. And I'm going to do that after I blend my yellow on my purple here a little more. Much better. And while I'm here, I'm also going to take my dark medium and light green and we're going to color up that leaf. All right, Maggie says the Lions scored. Who are the Lions playing tonight? All right, Thomas is coloring leaves as well. And I assume that the Lions have Washington. Now, just to show you a different way of doing these leaves and doing this coloring in general, I'm going to use a water-based marker. So there's my darker green. And then I'm going to come in with a medium green pencil. Ivy, hello. Oh, too many greens to pick from. Oh, Ivy, you got your glitter today. Isn't that chunky glitter wonderful? Now, everybody should be comfortable. Oh, Tammy, you got yours as well? Ivy, I told you you'd like it. Okay, now I'm going to use my medium green. And we've got a little bit of green right here. Oh, Maggie, you haven't ordered? Yeah, I thought you had some in your cart. Don't forget to use your ring-a-ding. Oh, let me move up here. All right. Now let's catch this little bit of green right here. It's a little darker on the outside. Now, if you're not coloring this with me yet, I know some of you like to do it off camera when I'm not broadcasting. What are you coloring? And if you're not coloring, what are you doing? I know several of you are watching the football game in the background. Maybe you're just watching. Okay, now we have a teeny tiny area up here. I'm going to make that green. We could have made it part of the flower. Kitty, you're on the Easy to Color Jubilee. That's the book you're looking to completely finish. So, Julie, you've got the broadcast and Kindle book on split screen on your iPad, so you're watching and reading. Oh, Amy's doing the best. She's eating. Ah. Okay, let's go to the upper right-hand corner. And I'm going to, let me pull out. I'm going to use a completely different set of blues than I just used. Specifically, I'm going to use my water-based marker. Now, again, some of you have had questions about coloring on black grayscale. And what do I always tell you? Color black grayscale. Julie, you finished the tutu iguana and posted it earlier. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at postings yet. So is it just me, or have you guys noticed that the news has completely or pretty much dropped the news about the fires in California? I was really surprised that the news cycle changed that fast. The only thing that I do with news is I just catch the headlines. Now they're talking about Kahlua exploding. Grace, what is that? I'm sorry, I'm ignorant on that topic. Okay, there's my dark blue. Let's see. All right, here's my medium blue. Hawaii, the island of Kahlua. I figured it was some kind of mountain. Now, check out how I'm penciling in, pun intended. The island of Kahlua. Are they better than the Crayola washable ones? I don't know. I don't have the Crayola washables. The marker that I'm using is the Ohuhu. All right. Now, see where I'm going with this on this flower? Take your time. Now, right here that I'm coloring right now, even though this spot is both medium, I'm using it a little darker and then getting it lighter as I go out. Grace, what do you mean by super tips? I think she's meaning Crayola super tips. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a slightly darker blue. than what I was just using. So that means that we're going to have 4 shades of blue on this flower. All right, camera adjustment. Now, we get into the habit of using 3 colors on grayscale. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with using 4, and it's going to give you even more dimension. Janie, you try them and they're not as good. Okay. See how I'm putting in my streaks? Isn't that beautiful? Well, I can't comment on the Crayola, but I can tell you that I really love my Ohuhus. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to come in with a light blue. Oh, you wish you had a set of Tombos? Ooh, I like that blue. Let me show you what I'm using. This is a bluish gray. It's a color pencil. It's metallic silvery blue. And I'm going to come in and now this will be where my light areas are. Look how beautiful that is. Now, I've got another little flower petal here. It's very light. I almost missed it. And then I'm going to come back with my metallic blue. Yeah, it says metallic silvery blue. So, Grace, it's not really a metallic gray. Oh man, is that pretty. Angie, number 14. Hey, perps. Had a blast tonight. I went axe throwing with friends from church. All right, that's a way to take out your aggressions. Yeah, I think we have an axe throwing facility here in Cookville. Okay. What's wrong with this flower? No, I've never been, Angie. No, it's not that it's too dark. It starts with B, guys. Blending. We want a softer look. So right next to where I put in my, what looks like streaky lines, I'm going to come in now and I'm going to soften up those lines. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my Payne's Gray. Well, gotta get another one out of my new box. Oh, I love my Payne's Gray. All right. My Payne's Gray now is going to go at the bottom of this flower. And I'm just going to ease that in. Now, if you do it correctly, you won't see the Payne's Gray itself. What you will see is the result or the effect of putting it on there. And will tend to stay near the bottom. I don't know. We had a weather watch for snow here. It's been raining. Okay. Angie, no snow until Tuesday there in Charlotte. All right. All right, let me pull out. Open Govee. Okay. Tammy, you're getting 6 to 8 inches. Whoa! Have fun with that. Get your sled out. And you have to have your neighbor to the hospital Monday morning at 6 a.m. Ooh. Okay. I've got a little errant white line here. I'm going to get rid of that because it looks weird. And I don't know why I put that in there. Thomas Govey is an app on my phone that controls my portable heater. Oh, she's getting a knee replacement. Ooh. Well, I assume they would keep her overnight, so if at least she can get to the hospital, then if the storm comes in, or when the storm comes in, it won't make a difference. Okay, now that doesn't look weird anymore. Guys, look how drop dead gorgeous this looks. Oh, Stephanie, that's cool. My girlfriend is in Mumbai, in India, at an elephant sanctuary where they're teaching them how to communicate their needs, fears, and emotions. Oh, that's fascinating. I never heard that term, cheap snow. I guess that's what we got the day that all that snow was supposed to come into Tennessee. Okay, guys, what do you think of our flowers so far? I'm thinking I need to blend this one out a little bit more. So I'm going to get a light pink here and we'll go over the top. Okay, much better. Okay, upper left hand corner. Since I've got orange in this flower here, I'm going to do this flower up here in oranges. And then we have the center flower to do. And then I've got my tendrils at the bottom. So let's get a really nice orange set here. I do not like my fluorescent pencils. I keep threatening to throw them away, but then I know that the time that I do that, I'm going to need them for a project and won't have them. Oh, let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, let me show you what I've got. She's a documentary on her work being presented at the Santa Barbara Film Festival in February with a bunch of bigwigs from Hollywood. Oh, Stephanie. You must be very proud of her. Stephanie, when did you find all of this out? Okay, here's my dark orange. Here's my medium orange. Here's my light orange. I'll hover on that a minute so you can either take a screenshot or get what you need. All right. She's lectured in Europe and Africa. Wow. That is phenomenal. Okay. Again, don't let the stark grayscale throw you. Grace, your niece studied elephants and other wild animals in college. Now, I want you to notice that inside of this flower petal here, dark as it is, we have two shades of color. Hey, Stephanie, do you have any pictures of your friend with her elephants? And I'll show them on camera. Okay, here's my dark. And then I'm going to pop in my medium. Oh, gotcha. Because they're in a sanctuary rescued from abusive situations and other factors, pictures are not allowed. Gotcha. Okay, here's my medium orange. Hohenwald, Tennessee has a big elephant sanctuary. Okay, still working with my medium. Again, don't forget to turn your pencil. When you lift it up, turn it. Keeps the point longer. All right, let's move this over. And then let's go to our light orange. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I can't say this enough. Take your time when you're doing this stuff. Let's clean up. And then I'm going to go back and blend with my medium. All right. Oh, that's a gorgeous color combination. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to bring down my light color a little bit more into the bowl of this flower. Check it out. Now, this is where you use your artistic inclinations and instinct. And I'm shaping the way I want this flower to look with a lighter color. And I'm bringing that lighter color down into the bowl of the flowers. Okay. Now, I'm going to come in with my Payne's Gray. And I'm going to add a little bit of it to the edges of the petals. See how I'm doing that? And I'll put some back in at the bottom here. Can everybody see how you're starting to see the petals on this flower? And notice too, up in the corner of the card, I'm shading in right next to that edge with my Payne's Gray. So did the Redskins officially change their name? Okay. They changed it to the Commanders. Okay, now I'm going to come up underneath this petal with my Payne's Gray, and that's going to make the bowl look neat. Yeah, it sounds lame to me as well. Why couldn't they be called like the Washington Sentinels? Is there a team with that name already? Guys, I want you to look very, very carefully at how I've done this flower. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. That is a nice, rich color. Let me pull out again so you can see how everything's coming together with this. Okay, pink. Light, medium, and dark. $24, 21 lines. All right, let's get my next pink here. I will swatch these in a moment. And Amy, what is the note for? Okay. What is it, Angie? All right, Thomas, good night. Okay, there's my dark pink. Medium. And light. You get these lines in your picture. I color in circles and in the opposite direction. Well, without actually seeing you do it firsthand, it almost sounds like that when you are starting out your coloring, you're not putting in a light layer. That first layer has to come in very light, and that creates a surface for you to add your other colors. So in other words, you're streaking it in the beginning. Okay. Guys, you need to remember it's going to take practice when I'm teaching you this stuff. All right. Okay, Maggie, thank you. That's glad you're back. There's my dark. There's my medium. My Linda is about due in here, isn't she? And then Kathy. Oh, we got a little dark in here. Yeah, Lori, I was just thinking about Carmen. Funny you should mention that. Let me send her a quick text and see if I can get her attention. Stephanie, I'm on the top flower on the queen card on the right hand side. All right, Grace, thank you. And let's go with our medium here. I'm going to roll that around a little bit because it's more comfortable for me. Back to my dark pink here. Put in a little bit of medium in that center. Medium over here. And there. And then I'm going to slide over. We've got some medium streaks. Okay, then let's pop in. Hello, Becca. Welcome. Then I'm going to come in with my light. Becca, you're lurking. All right, check out my light on the edges here. Becca, what are you coloring? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Now, again, what I want you to notice is through the magic of colored pencils, that medium color that I put underneath here to show the streaks is showing through beautifully. All right. Becca, what are you coloring? I'll pull out in a second. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to grab a little bit of my white and through repeated strokes, we're going to add to these veins. Isn't that cool? My Linda, welcome to the chat. I said about 10 minutes ago it was time for you to pop in. Thumb number 17. Guys, please hit that like arrow, that like button if you like the broadcast. Okay, let's do this middle segment. Excuse me. Tummy gurgle. My Linda, tell us something fun. All right. Now notice how I'm picking up all these medium streaks. And remember, these streaks don't go away when we put our light on top of it. That's what's so neat about, again, the way that the medium of color pencil works. Something fun. My life is simple in a lot of ways. I take pleasure in things like Domino finally being well. Oh, praise God about Domino. Oh man, is this pretty? It's fluffy. Let me pull out and I'll show you a fluffy flower. All right. So I've been very lightly putting in my medium. We've got all these little veins. Any question how I'm doing this? Now let's get our medium color in between our little pokey things here. Okay, my Linda, thank you. Just in case you didn't know, pokey things is an acceptable coloring term. Okay. Now let's come in with our light. And we're going to blend all this stuff in. Notice how we're getting a nice thorough coverage. Angie, notice there's no streaking in it. Angie, do you see how I'm doing this? Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to come back with my medium. And I'm going to blend up from the bottom a little bit. Sarah, there you are. Okay, my Linda, thank you. Okay, let's do this next petal. Everybody see how beautifully this is coming out. All right, let's get this last segment here. Let me pull out. What do you think? Don't worry about it, Janie. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a slightly darker pink. And we're going to start our shading and shadowing. We have several petals here that we want to make sure look like they're laying on top of each other. Now, I'm hardly touching the paper here. Notice how I'm paralleling the bump on the petal. and then blending that out. And let's blend that out, which means what? The color gets softer and softer as you go away from that edge. Okay. Let me pop over to the right. And notice as soon as I start doing that edge, that this whole petal pops up. I'm actually going to do this edge a little bit darker. Okay. Then we're going to move around. Again, notice how right before your eyes these petals are popping up. And then up at the top, we'll do the same thing. And again, just be sure to blend out whatever you darken. We want that to be a smooth transition from dark to light. And I'm actually going to come in while I'm here with a little bit of white. And when I put in that white, that's going to make this leaf petal stand out even more with the shading and the shadowing. Make sure that you understand how I'm getting this. All right. I'm going to bring my light in and blend this out better. If you're having problems blending out your edges, bring in your lightest pencil and do it. Okay, let's get this last petal defined. Let's see what we want to do with that. But first, I need to define our little petal up at the top here. And then I'll come in with my lightest pink. And we'll blend that out. Cool. Now I'm going to come in along the edge of our large petal right here. And I'm going to add a little bit along this edge right here and along this edge because we have a large outcropping of the petal. Everybody see how this, by shading in between these two folds, it's giving our whole petal now a ruffled look. And then this whole petal here, again, it's from this edge all the way over to this edge. Does everybody see that? Now, it's going to seem weird to do this, but I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow. Come in very, very lightly with it. How pretty is that? Now, I want my orange on the flower on the left here to be a little more orangey. So I'm going to come in with my orange pencil. And the reason that I'm doing this is I want to make sure that my pink flower that we just did stands out to be a little more pink. Oh, love this color combination. Any questions? Are you learning something? And then I'm going to come back with my white. We'll just pump that up just a little bit. Don't get carried away. Julie, good night. Okay, let's take a look at all this. Now, black pen. Janie, good night. Okay, now I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to put some teeny tiny black dots on the petals on this pink. And I'm also going to do the same thing on my red down here. Now, don't go dot crazy. And then I'm going to go on my orange and pink. So in other words, these dots I'm just putting on the flowers that are the oranges and the pinks. Now, don't get in a hurry doing these, otherwise you won't have dots, you'll have little streaks. You don't want that. about this. All right. Purple pencil. Let's go a little darker than that. Miss Grace, good night. I'm on for another half hour. Now, we've got some little areas here on the card itself. Going to the in purple. Do not go dark with them. And let's pop over here. And then we'll go up the side. Notice the extra little decoration that I'm adding there. Now, I'm going to go back down the side for a minute, and wherever I just added the dots, I'm going to add a little swirl. Let's see. Let's go down to the bottom here. And then I'm going to finish up. Well, let me pull out. And then I'm going to finish up our greenery. I'm going to start out with my purple. And then finish off with the green. And then my leaves down at the bottom here. And then my darker green on my darker areas. Here are the stems. And then we will come in with our lighter green. and down the stem here. Again, don't forget to turn your pencil. Oh, is that pretty? Let me pull out. And then I'm going to come in with my yellow alcohol marker. And we're going to do the centers of these flowers. Now, just dot in the color. You don't want to be using a swiping method on this. And the reason for that is if you swipe with your alcohol marker, you're going to smear the pen that we put on there earlier. Hello, Kathy. Okay. Now, here, sideways, we're just going to do that top portion. And then we're going to come back to our flowers on the left. Same thing. Dot in your color with your alcohol marker. Take your time. And then down to our last flower on the left. And then we're going to come back up to our little leafies at the top here. Kathy, how's your day going today? Win, lose, or draw? Draw. Good. And then I'm going to come in with our green. And then I'm going to do my yellow section at the one flower I forgot. All right. A draw. Now, I want you to notice that I didn't do anything with the flowers on the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this one done. Whoops, had some dots here. Now, one thing I'm going to do here so not quite done yet. Is I'm going to put a little shadowing here. Around the outside of the card on the left. Okay. Now, oop, I have a little bit up here. Hold on. There we go. Now, let me put my initials on this. And I'm going to ask you guys to hang out with me a little longer tonight because I want to show you something. Now, I'm going to move the camera off to the side. Because I'm going to take a picture of this the way it is. And then I'm going to show you something. So bear with me as I do this. Sit tight, guys. Okay. Now, I'm going to do one more thing with this project. Hold on, I got to grab something. It's my eyeshadow. There's my chalks. You're checking out all my colored pencils. I'm going to grab my paper towel. Now, if you are coloring this with me, first of all, let me show you what I'm going to do. And if you are caught up with me, I want you to take a picture of your finished piece. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a green chalk and my little X-Acto knife. And my paper towel. Now hang with me. Patricia, good night. Now, what I'm going to do when I post my pictures is I'm going to show each side by side. A green playing card here. Hang with me, this won't take long. Now, as I get into my smaller areas, I'm going to use my sponge tip applicators, and that'll let me get in between these little fine things that I colored. Now, don't get in a hurry when you're doing this. We've spent too much time on it to blow it now. Now, what's the very last thing that I need to do with this? And let me pull out so I can show you this. Guys, what do you think? Sir Gummy. That's right, Moggy. Hang with me. All right. Hi, Lois. Now, why do we use Sir Gummy? And notice that I'm just doing up and down. Right, it removes the chalk that got onto the playing cards. So I'm just doing the edge. Now, I want to show you something real quick. Good night, Tammy. I'm about 3 minutes away from ending. The reason that I colored over this little outcropping right here is because this is not part of the card. It's the background. This part here, however, was part of the card. All right. excuse me. I am calling this one, again, done. Wanted you to see how this would look with undone grayscale on an image. So there you go. So guys, which do you like better, with or without the green background? Lois, you love the green background. Okay. Mamie, you like the green better? Okay, again, I wanted to show you an image with just the gray not done and just the main part done in coloring. Okay guys, I'm calling it an evening. Thanks for hanging with me. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. I sure did. Hello, Patty. Guys, take care. Joyous, joyous coloring. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place, every night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please hit that like button. We got 19. I'd really like to get 20 at least. Somebody needs to put us over the top. Well, Patty, I'm glad you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. All right, guys, please share this broadcast. There we go. We got 20. Please share this broadcast. And that way somebody else can enjoy it and start coming in. I don't even know what to zero in on because it all looks great. All right, guys, take care. See you tomorrow night. Oh, I didn't do my little flower here. I'll do that off camera. I'm going to do it in purples and greens. All right, guys, take care. Bye.